Hi, I'm Claire. Welcome back to my channel. For this video, I am going to be redesigning the 17 Culpepper house in The Sims 4. So we are going to be starting off in the kitchen. It is a one bedroom, one bath home or apartment with a kind of like office, green room, conservatory area. And so we are going to be using the appliances and counters from the Dream Home Decorator pack. I was kind of wanting to go for an earthy, boho inspired apartment. So that's kind of why it's colorful, is kind of bringing that like earthiness, like the flowers blooming. Even though when I first had this idea, I was like more like harvesting since the like fall around in the season. Leaves are still falling where I am. If you're in Buffalo, more power to you. I could not deal with that much snow, and so we are just going to kind of keep that like earthy theme going throughout the build. And so I know it's kind of weird to maybe have a plant lover sim in the city, but I was thinking maybe their like partner could be like at a dead end job in the city, and so having like the plant conservatory room is just like kind of like both keeping them happy in a way. I just kind of thought that would be fun to kind of tell the story, or to have like a scenario person for this apartment. And so we are just going to be adding some bar stools around the island. There isn't really room for a dining room, and so that was just kind of the best place. I mean, you can obviously have one, it would just be really crowded, and I didn't really want to have like a crowded space in this kind of a small apartment. I forgot the word. And so now we are just going to be using items from the Dream Home Decorator. I thought this was a fun fun items to use, just because this apartment is more on the smaller end. I haven't really like solidly used these items. Like, I can use them like here and there, but I haven't like mostly or mainly used these items. And so we are just going to be kind of putting them out for that space. I was kind of wanting to go for like a little bit of like cutesy vibes, but also kind of make it mature, if you know what I mean. Like, this isn't like their like first apartment, or maybe this is like their first apartment, but they're like older and like maybe like, not like quite mid adult, but like adult. And so we are just going to be adding some plant pictures to kind of help with that like plant lover sim vibe I want going on. And so now we are just going to be adding a poof, some side tables, just trying to fill in the space, trying to see what would work best. And so I wanted to, obviously, like I said, use items from the Tiny Living pack. Did I say that pack earlier? I don't think so. And so we are just going to be making this space feel lived in. And so now we are just going to be adding some decorations to make it feel lived in, and trying to find a place, like some other items to put on that poof. But I'm just like, there's already a big light. I don't really want to put a big light, and so I put it like kind of like a smart home thing in that area, in that corner, and I thought that was like kind of realistic. And so now we are just going to be adding some stuff into this front area. This is kind of like the main entrance. So on the right you have like the main entrance, and then on the left you have your bedroom. And so we are just going to be kind of keeping it pastel a little bit over here. I wanted to have a lot of like colors, because I wanted it to be like plant sims, like there's flowers, and so I wanted that theme to kind of go throughout the apartment. And so we are just going to be making this bookshelf a little bit more filled in, although it was a little bit hard because I wasn't sure if like the items I was raising up were like floating or not. And so I wanted there to be a little like seating area right there, just so like your Sims can not realistically put on their shoes, because they just kind of tornado onto them and off of them. But I like how that looks realistically, and so I want to add it into The Sims. And so now we are just going to be adding a rug, because again, realistically, you don't want to be tracking that dirt through your apartment. And so now we are just going to be having or adding a picture from Dream Home Decorator since I use the items from the kitchen. And so now we are just going to be adding an imaginary shoe rack, and I wanted to have this like open shelf rack too, but I end up moving a chair right there in that corner and having a plant behind it. I do like how it turned out. Again, this is for a plant lover sim, and so having like a plant right there made sense. And so I use this one from Dream Home Decorator. Like I said last week, I feel like I use Dream Home Decorator way too much, and I need to give myself like a practice restricted build ideas that aren't using Dream Home Decorator. So if you have any ideas for me, please leave them in the comments. Those would be appreciated. And so now we are just going to kind of be fiddling out this space, adding more books and shoes. I thought this basketball was a cool idea because I'm pretty sure at the outside of this apartment is like basketball hoops. And so now we are in a office kind of greenhouse conservatory room. So the first thing I put down were plants because I was thinking like obviously these Sims would want to grow their own plants, but I do quickly take those out for just like potted plants already. I wasn't sure if like the plants would grow being in a room, and I mean I guess greenhouses would work, but I just thought it would be messy, maybe the landlord wouldn't like it, and so they have to go with like planted pots already. And so we are just going to kind of, this is where we kind of incorporate some like boho inspired items, and so we are just going to be adding this like wooden art design, which I thought could like maybe smell like the outdoors, and so that's like keeping them sane from being in the city for that dead end job. And so now we are just going to be adding this hanging plant, which I don't use often, but I feel like I need to, I should. It's beautiful. We love me some hanging plants, and so we are just going to be adding some more like wall decorations on the for plants, and we're going to be adding a sitting area, and we are going to be adding a computer. Computers are very useful in The Sims, and so I wanted to make sure there was a space for that. And I wanted there to be like an art easel because of this like corner window. I thought that was like the perfect place to have like an art easel. That was kind of my original idea for this apartment, was for an artist, but I just feel like I've done artists a lot, and so I wanted to do a plant sim or a plant lover sim in the city because I thought that sounded more fun to me. And so we are just going to kind of be making this like plant wall into like an arrow, and going to be just adding another hanging plant. I thought this room would be good just because there's so many windows, and then it's kind of like a patio almost with like the sliding door. And so we are just going to be mostly using these plants from the plant kit. It's only $5. No, some people don't really like the kits, but it's only $5. And if you want more plants in your sim houses, this might be a kit that you would want to get for Christmas or for your birthday. I don't know. And so we are just going to be rearranging just a few things in this room, and going to be adding these plant or like leaf curtains. I just thought that would be fun to add leaf curtains in a plant inspired room. And so now we are going to be going into the one and only bedroom. So this house or apartment can have two Sims in it, and so I wanted there to be like space for like obviously two Sims. And then I did want this apartment to be for like roommates, but I just couldn't really figure out how it would work, and I kind of felt like the last apartment I did for the opposite twins, that could maybe be for like roommates. And so it's just like too similar, one bedroom, one bathroom home or apartment is good. And so I kind of make the space a little bit more calming. I didn't want it to be that bright pink as I had it original when I was wanting this apartment to be for roommates. I separated them into red, blue, and green to kind of be like the free good fairies from Sleeping Beauty. but that idea quickly scratched, and then I was like, okay, I can still have like the color schemes in each room, but I did make this room more calming, and so we are just going to be adding some like pictures and details, making it feel lived in, trying to incorporate the style from boho. And so we are just going to be adding a little plant wallpaper, which I thought was super cute. And I wanted there to be hanging curtains because of from high school years, just because I used that swinging chair from the pack, and so I wanted to have a few more items, and so we are just going to quickly be doing this tiny little 3x2 bathroom. I feel like it's just like a standard bathroom that I do, and so we are getting close to the end of the video. I hope you all had an amazing Thanksgiving. If you celebrated, make sure to follow me over on Instagram. If you want to play in this apartment, you can go down in the description. All the information is down there, and I hope to see you all next week for some more video. Bye!